What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? Welcome back to the I Am STS podcast. My name is Al Takar. I'm your co-host.
And I'm Jeremy B. Calhoun, your co-host.
Yeah, man. What's going on, bro?
What's up? I'm vibing, man. Look, we got the one and only.
Man.
Dr. Melvyn. I want to say H. Harding. What's the middle?
D
Harding.
Okay. Yeah.
Melvyn D.
Okay.
Harding.
Man, smooth as cat on this side of Mississippi Road, man.
No, man. Good to meet you guys. I'm so happy to be here. Man.
Good to see you, man. How you been?
Sir.
I've been good, man. Y'all bought. I'm originally from the Chicago area. I feel like I'm in Chicago. I thought that Memphis was a little bit warmer, but I'm good. I'm adapting.
You brought the cold down, man.
Right.
You brought the cold down.
That's okay.
So, man, Dr. Harding, real quick, man. You like to work out. You work out often, huh? Or like,
You say so. I need to work out more.
Okay.
Well, I picked up tennis lately, man, but I like to, kind of work. I go over to eSporter Fitness. Shout out to eSporter.
Okay.
And I do my thing, man, with the Stairmaster, man. I know that doing that kind of thing will help prolong life. So
man, help us out, man. How we stay consistent in the weight room, man? Because I'm slacking, doctor. I need help, man.
Well, I mean, you gotta look at it as a part of your lifestyle. I mean, literally, like when you wake up and you do your thing and motivate, you got to keep. If your mind and body is strong, you're going to be strong.
Yeah.
So just make it a lifestyle piece. Don't look at it as an arduous piece. You can enjoy it. Find out something that you really enjoy.
I got you.
And you'll commit to it easily.
I got you.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and I do that Stairmaster. I do. I'll be on 5 though.
You do Stairmaster?
I'll be on 5. I go for 25 minutes strong.
Yeah.
And then I get off. Somebody told me like that's how I lose. What number you on? What number you on?
Man, I'll take it to about a 7 or 8. But
I got levels.
But what you do is you got to make sure you got a good playlist. I always tell people, man. Shout out to Beats and Dre. I put over the head, man. You got to have a good playlist.
What you guys do?
No, man. More old school hip hop. I'm more Eric B. and Rakim, Big Daddy Kane.
Okay.
But I like some of the new stuff, man. Look, watching the Super Bowl, I didn't know much about the Kendrick piece until I saw on social media about how those, the different elements of what he was doing, man. I was really impressed. Yeah. So I actually been looking for some more Kendrick music.
For real?
I was sleeping on Kendrick. So yeah.
I say your man, for him, he comes from that like a lyricist and double entendres and like his stuff and
It was impressive, man. I was impressed.
Poetic almost.
Absolutely.
I ain't gonna lie, that ain't my style. I ain't it's like very West Coasty. Yeah. But he got some what they call bops.
They're bop. Yeah.
I was watching it with one of our good friends, and he a Kendrick bop, and he don't smile. He be good. He just be locked in. I saw him smile during the performance, and now all I can see is the smile. But I've never seen him smile. And I've seen him smile, but he's more of laid back. Yeah. And when Kendrick, he was squabbling up, I said, "This man, he danced."
What's squabbling up? Like fighting?
The little.
Squabbling up.
Got me out here looking crazy.
I'm learning also.
About to fight so bad.
Squabbling up.
You gonna make me a meme right here?
Absolutely.
This was him.
Hold on. So how many songs? Because I do that too. I didn't know that was a strategy.
Yes.
I always tell myself if I can get to 7, 8 songs straight, I'm in my 25-minute mark. So I just try to count down. You're song 1 because I won't look at the clock because then I get discouraged.
I look at the clock.
25 minutes is a long time on that.
But this is what I do. I say I'm cheating. I can't go 7, 8 straight. What I do is I treat each song as about 4 to 5 minutes. I take breaks.
Oh, you take breaks?
Yes, sir.
Hold on. So you go from 7, 8, and then you take it down to what?
Yeah, absolutely. I take it down to about 5 or 4.
Oh, but you take it down to my start.
And sometimes I literally stop. So keep in mind, I'm looking at it as 5-minute kind of increments.
Okay.
Because I'm an old man, man. I'm an old man. I can't do it. I'm not young like you guys.
He don't be working out for real, though.
But,
Jeremy do not. I didn't work out with Jeremy before.
Okay.
Jeremy, that thing walking around. He walking for a little minute. He might run.
No.
Then he be walking. I be like, Jay, you gonna work out? Hey, man, I'm working at my own pace.
No, so... So it's funny because my wife, she called me out. She said, Jeremy, you go to the gym for everything other than the weight.
The workout.
Like I went to the gym this week for the burrito.
Wow.
I went for the
jacuzzi.
Okay.
He be the jacuzzi. I'm like, Jay, you gotta work out, bro. I'm gonna go to jacuzzi, man.
No, but the
I need
strength
to go to your gym.
Lifetime, I got you. Come pull up.
Absolutely. My gym does not have that. Those amenities.
I was like $10 a month.
Oh wow! Excellent.
Y'all ain't got the physique I got. What's got physique?
Well, no,
y'all look better than me, so I'm trying to get to y'all that.
Oh no, man.
But we'll take that offline about that because I want to know your step.
Absolutely. But consider that tennis thing too, man. I
heard tennis.
Play with.
Pickleball?
I did pickleball.
I haven't done pickleball. Yeah, I remained the big one. Yeah.
Okay.
So consider doing that, man. It's just something, man. It's just it's competitive. You with yourself. You can really, especially on a hot day. I got a little crew that I'm with. Shout out to my crew.
Yeah.
We get out there, man. Sometimes on hot days, man, and we got a big thing of water, and we just go at it.
Wow.
Sometimes the Bluetooth is going with some of that old school, but that's another story. So we make it work. Absolutely.
I love it.
Yeah, and we rotate too. So about an hour session, man. We get at it. Sometimes we make doubles and singles. What are we talking about tennis?
So you going to the Leftwich Center?
We've been over there a couple of times. We rotate it. We rotate to different places, man. Sometimes even go down to Mississippi.
Other places outside the Leftwich?
Man, we go to Mississippi. We go to Eldon Rourke. Why am I giving all these men all these?
But tennis is a
Rhodes
money,
College.
man. Money sport. And actually, University of Memphis has one of the best teams in the nation.
Yes.
From a tennis standpoint.
And my goal is to go out there and check them out. I see they're playing Iowa, I think somebody today, but I want to check it out. I haven't watched the live tournament. But yeah. Check it out, man. If you get a chance, play tennis.
Go Tigers, go.
Well, man, you talked about making it a part of your lifestyle and doing something you enjoy.
Yes.
You get to do something you enjoy every day.
Absolutely.
You get to impact the lives of young people in the most important time of their life.
Yes.
In their career journey.
Yes.
And so, man, talk about what you do at the University of Memphis and your role there. And
Yeah, I'm the director of the TRIO programs here at the University of Memphis. We actually have two federally funded what we call student support services programs. They exist in all 50 states, Puerto Rico and Guam. We work with about 330 students. We have two iterations again, a STEM version of our project and a non-STEM version called Classic. 206 in Classic, 124 in STEM. I'm the director of the program. I got 7 staff under me, and they do most of the legwork. I make them happy. So I'll make sure that they have all of the ingredients that they need. We've been in the programs have actually been in Memphis since the early 2000s. We have to remove. We write grants. We're federally funded again every 5 years to be refunded. Hopefully, we'll be refunded again. We should find out here something soon. And we're looking to expand our programs up to 4. So again, the programs, in a nutshell, we work primarily with first generation, low income, and students with disabilities. They have to fit one of those 3 criteria. And again, it's literally a drop in the bucket because U of M has about 14,000 undergraduate students, of which roughly around 65% of those would actually fit the criteria. Wow. And we only work with 330. So we always, I always like to let the students know, man, it's a privilege to be in this program. So, and to kind of, understand that privilege. So, and I've been in the game. So the TRIO game itself, I've been in since the mid-90s. I directed a program called Talent Search. It was a pre-college program. At Purdue University in Northwest Indiana regional campus. I started doing that first after after a brief stint with the state of Indiana, working with a program that helped to bring drug prevention initiatives to the local district. So I ended up into the TRIO, and I've been in ever since. So pretty much I've been in TRIO since I'm telling my age now, since 1993 up until today, except for 2 years when I worked as an outreach ABE coordinator at one of our local high schools. Other than that, I've been in TRIO. Been in Memphis since 2014.
How's it been treating you, man?
Man, what I always tell my staff, this is the thing that we talk about. Because coming from Northwest Indiana, I grew up in Gary, Indiana.
Gary.
Yeah. So I come down here in 2014. The thing I realized when I was in my 50s, and I'm telling my age again, that, man, you get, that snow and cold gets old. Yeah. So I knew coming down here, I wouldn't see that much. But after I experienced my first summer in Memphis, Tennessee, man, I did not realize the heat. I didn't realize my body was that intolerant. I almost died. And people always tell me, man, your body's going to get used to it.
Yeah, right.
My body has not gotten used to it. It is extremely warm down here in the summer. And I'm still adapted to that, even after 10 years.
That's what's up.
Look, I promise, I feel you. The cold weather, I was in Florida for a little stint, and I still feel like I'm about to pass out when it get 40 degrees, I'm like,
Yes.
what are we doing?
Right.
What are we doing? Like, this
But
is
I love
cold.
it here. Man, I love it here. I mean, the people, and when you talk about like Southern charm, Southern hospitality, that really does exist here.
It does.
And I wish people up north would kind of adopt some of those principles because it really is. It really is. And it's been a vibe. Y'all eat a lot down here. That's why I got to get on that Stairmaster.
Yeah.
But I mean, man, I'm really enjoying it. I really enjoy the staff. I really enjoy the commitment that I get from the leadership at the university.
Yes, sir.
And just having a good time here, man.
That's good. That's good.
So let's kind of take it back, because one of the things that we enjoy when we've been able to partner with you for, I know the last, I'm gonna say at least 5 years, 5-6 years minimum. So man, thank you. I just want to kind of get our viewers caught up. So we've been partnering with you for 5-6 years at minimum. Got several success stories.
True.
And one of the things that we look at as an organization is career exploration, career readiness, and workforce development. Like that's our 3 pillars.
Sure.
And TRIO does a great job of exposing students to careers, but also preparing them for careers. So can you just talk about like what got you into it? Because you said you've been doing this since 1993. What got you into this space? Like it made you say, I have to continue to stay and work with these young people.
Well, man, once I started out when I graduated. I went to Ball State University. Not sure if you're familiar with that. Undergrad and grad. Remind me to tell you the story how I got down there at some point. That is a strange.
That's in Indiana, right?
That's in Indiana. That's actually, I don't know if you remember David Letterman, the old TV show.
Yeah, David Letterman.
He actually went there, the creator of Garfield the Cat, but don't let me get started.
Okay.
About 40 minutes, about 40 minutes northeast of Indianapolis. But coming from Gary, Indiana. Gary, Indiana is a city, a steel city. At that time, about 85 to 90,000 people, of which about 85% were African American. So I transitioned down to Ball State, at which that was a reverse. So I would say 5 to 10% of the students were students of color.
Oh, wow.
And that was a whole
culture shock.
Yeah, that was a whole different piece with me. I ended up, I wanted to be a lawyer at one point. So I actually studied.
That makes sense.
Undergrad was a legal related degree under legal administration. I stayed there for my master's and studied political science, but I had aspirations of being a lawyer at one point, but I kind of changed and decided to do something else. But when I started working with the Drug Free Alliance, that really that was my first taste at working in social services. Actually, it was my second taste. I actually worked for Workforce Development Services before I did that. Literally working. This is when you need a job, man. You're doing it. I'll never forget. I was working for about $17K, no benefits. And when I tell you, talk about the struggle, man. So I would.
Students don't understand that right now.
God,
They want $17K right now. They want that.
Right. Oh, you get that in one month.
Right.
17K, no man. I'll never forget, man. I was grinding because I needed work. I mean, you know how it is. It was, you're trying to get in. And the good thing, I worked with some great people. So basically, my role was to we work with the AFDC department, clients who were on food stamps, and AFDC, our job was to kind of coach them, get them into some trainings, and then make sure that they had employment. And that was interesting. But I worked with a large number of professionals in that, and it was a pretty loose department, man. When I say loose, we had a lot of fun. They would tease me about being down there. I never forget my colleague Bernice. I'm gonna talk about her. Miss Bernice. They say, man, you got a master's degree. You working for 17. She remind me of that frequently.
You had a master's degree.
You're right. Remember, I already got my undergrad and grad from Ball State, so I went straight. So she reminded me all the time. I love working there, but I said, you know what? She's right. I got to get out of there. So I saw an ad back in the day. We actually found jobs in the paper. I saw an ad for federally funded TRIO talent search program. They wanted a counselor to work with, to help students stay motivated to stay in school or help students prepare for college. I said, it might be me. That might be somebody might get some benefits. And I might get more than 17K. Right. I think I got 24K in benefits working there. So, but it was better than anything. I did that for about 3 years. I worked as a kind of retention counselor with that program. And ironically, we talk about the Tennessee connection. My supervisor at the time, her mom took ill. She lived in Nashville, Tennessee. She was also going through some other personal pieces. So she decided to kind of break camp. She was moving to Nashville. We had a conversation because it was me and 3 other colleagues, and she talked to each of us, but she felt that I was best prepared to kind of assume her role. So I was put in an interim role as a director. Ultimately, I became the director of the program in the mid-90s, and I did that program for about 20 years almost before I came here. And, I've been in ever since. And I just fell in love with it. The fact that you get to work with the Talent Search program is a pre-college program that helps students, again, prepare to enter into college, more 4-year degree program based. And it was just, at that point, I was hooked. I thought I'd be a TRIO for about 2 to 3 years at the most, but man, the one thing I've been in this work, man, and I don't have many regrets in doing it because of, we see the fruits. And I really enjoy it. And then here, of course, we work with collegiate level students, and I think I was well prepared with my experiences in Indiana to kind of do this work that we're doing here. So just really excited about it, man.
Man, so how did your background, where you came from, how you were brought up, even your process to get into college and getting into different roles and the experiences you've had, how does that play a role in how you see this program, see the students, see your staff? How does that play a role in how your perspective on the work that you do?
You would ask that question. Single parent household. My mom, shout out to my mom. She's still grinding.
What up, Mom?
She's in South Bend, Indiana. She lives with my youngest sister.
She a Notre Dame fan?
She is a Notre Dame fan now. You know how it is. Since she's been in South Bend.
Right.
Okay.
But man, we struggled. Like I said, I always tell the students, man, I tell stories about, because within our program, we actually have our own freshman experience course. We're looking to reboot, actually. We kind of put it on hold for a minute. And we get a chance. I get a chance to tell a lot of stories. And I remember one in particular that I would tell them that, remember it's cold in Gary, Indiana in December. Well, Mom, she couldn't pay that electric bill or that heating bill. And I remember laying in my bed. I'll never forget. I laying in my bed and I could literally see my breath as I'm laying there, man. You talk about the struggle. And I would be mad at Mom because of the fact that the expectation is that you support and provide. It was not until later that I realized, she was doing everything she could do. And I remember having that big old long extension cord from the neighbor when she had to really get humble to have us some light. I mean, I'm like, wait a minute, you're my mom. You're supposed to be able to provide these things for me. But, I knew that she was doing the best she could later. And we got out of that. That actually motivated me to say, you know what, I got to stay focused on this work because I've heard that from my teachers and from other folks that if you stay educated and you if you can get this degree, excuse me, and stay focused, then maybe it'd be a better life. So I promised myself that I'm going to try to do some things that kind of help to strengthen myself and strengthen my family and be a better role model and be a better person. So that I think about that all the time. When I think about, students here, I get a chance to look at some of the rough data. When I think about writing these grants, I got a chance to look at some of the Shelby County data. And it was actually painful, man. Because I wrote one of the pre-college grants also, which we did not get, which we're hoping to get, the Talent Search program that I talked about. But man, man, I thought I had it bad. I said, well, I know where these kids are coming from. And I know that there's a light at the end of the tunnel, especially when they can kind of stay motivated and we can provide the necessary services.
That's good. That's good. Thank you for sharing that.
So let's, as Alton mentioned, you got just years of experience. You've seen it all. You have a unique lens to be able to relate and build rapport with these students because you've been a part of it. You've done it.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about some of the successes, though, because one of the things why we were like, man, we got to have Dr. Hardin on is that there are so many success stories that come out of the TRIO program, whether it's the TRIO SSS or the TRIO Outward Bound. This is a program where the data speaks for itself. That students are changing their entire financial trajectory, social, economic trajectory by being a part of these programs, and they get a chance to leave in a better financial situation from a debt standpoint by being a part of this program. So let's talk about some of the successes. Like, can you think of a moment or a student that you feel like, hey, I was very proud?
I think about so many, so I won't focus in on just that one particular piece. As a director, I get a chance to I don't work on at the ground level with a lot of participants. I know what's going on with them, but to actually kind of single out one in particular. I mean, I don't want to do that. I know that we celebrate the aggregate success of our particular students. I know that when I can't actually go back, when I think about when I was at Purdue University again as a director of the Talent Search program, Jeanette Winters, if you get a chance, Google that name. She was the first woman to actually die in the war on terror. If you think about the Iraq war back in the day, and she actually enrolled. She was actually a Calumet High School graduate. She actually enrolled in the military as a precursor to going to college. And man, she was one who I definitely remember. We used to go on college tours. She had these little bitty hands. I'll never forget. I used to call her the little marsupial. I'll never forget, man. And to know that years later, if you come to my office now, I still have actually a picture of her in my office, man. And she was just an outstanding participant. But here at the University of Memphis, man, there's been so many. I mean, I've been here 10 years and I've watched. And the thing I did not mention is that the program that I inherited when I came here, we weren't in the best of shape. I must admit the director's job here was open for about 2 years.
Oh wow!
It did not take me long to find out why that particular position was open. I'll never forget. I called my sister. My oldest sister lives in Dallas, Texas. When I moved from Gary to Memphis, I'll never forget. I called on the phone. I said, "Please, just save me a space on that couch. I might be open. I might be because I don't know if this is gonna last." But basically, we had some issues, and I had to clean them up. It took about a year or two to actually get us on a steady ground. The irony is that I also had to write the grant as soon as I got here. So I've had two staff members, Dr. Davenport and Ms. Ballantyne, who've been with me since day one, and I've kind of brought in other staff since then. But man, we were in a rough territory, but we're a well-respected program across the campus and also within the TRIO circles. And I just want to, I mean, we talk about names. I'm thinking about just current students like Jada Robinson, who participates in your program, Carlton Nesbitt, Stormy Khan. I need to find out what Stormy is doing now.
She at Georgia State getting her master's.
Look at that. Look at that, man. Man.
Stormy get confidence, man. I'm so glad.
She is so good.
It is.
So I just think about, students like that who are thriving right now, man, and you guys are, really helping us as a solid collaborative partner in terms of doing what we do.
Man, let's go into that, man, because I think when I said this in one of our previous episodes, we're looking at collaboration, not competition. And a lot of times when you work in some of these spaces, just in general, in business in general, you deal with a lot more of competition. But Dr. Harding, you saw it as a way of collaborating with STS in the work that we're doing and say, okay, how can STS support my current students that are in our program? How can we collaborate on services, with the high school piece? How can we leverage services out and get them involved with our high school program? Talk about why that was important for you to create that collaboration and see it as an opportunity.
Great thing about TRIO is that the model allows institutions to work within kind of that indigenous space. So in essence, my colleague who works in Anchorage, Alaska, as opposed to my colleague who works in Honolulu, Hawaii, and me, we have different issues. So in terms of some of those circumstances which actually inhibit students from getting degrees, thriving, and accumulating debt. So the good thing about it, we customize it. So I have to do I have to learn a lot quickly about the Memphis area because within the grant, I have to write in because the 7 staff that we have, we can only do so much. We can have the conversations, but we don't have access to the networks that you guys have. So in essence, we have to be intentional in terms of cultivating those internal University of Memphis departments such as career services, the counseling center, the tutoring center, as well as some external resources such as STS and New Memphis and entities of that. So we can take a holistic approach to helping those students develop a game plan for that. Every student who comes in is completes what we call an ISP, an individual success plan. So it's not like a cookie cutter approach where we just apply certain elements. We basically pre-assess these students to see where they are, how they feel about where they are, what resources they need. From there, we lay it out. So there's a semester by semester plan, which leads to the aggregate long-term plan if they're going off to graduate school or needs work. And that's when you guys come in. That's when our partners come in and actually help put those interventions in place so that we can make sure that they have success in meeting those goals.
Yes, sir.
And they have to graduate within 6 years.
Let's go.
Yeah, but I think kudos to you for being innovative in that approach. You know, a lot of times, you know, when you get into a situation and you see the need, you get into fix-it mode first.
Yes.
You know, but it seemed like you said, "Hey, man, we got to take a step back and let's get the foundation right." You know, and that has allowed for, you know, man, almost, you say you've been there 10 years, 10 years of success because you allowed to build a foundation, but you're also allowing these students now to build a solid foundation that they can build success upon. So, you know, man, kudos again to you and your leadership for being able to do that.
Thank you.
You know, Allison talked about collaborations, you know. I know with this new grant that you have that's coming up, we claim that you're going to get it.
Yes.
What are some areas of collaboration that you're going to be looking forward to in this next phase? Did you say, hey, anybody that listens to this podcast that wants to support the type of student that TRIO is serving, I need support in these areas. Can you talk about what that looks like?
Well, first and foremost, I mean, going to school is much different than when I went to school. Way more affordable. The other thing we talk about in that ACAD class is how when I was at Ball State University, I could take 12 credit hours for a total of about $800.
Oh my God.
For real?
Well,
man,
I knew that when I got toward the end, so when I became a senior, we were getting close to 1,000. We almost died. We said, "Oh man, I got to get out of here because this place is killing me, man." But now,
that's $1,000.
We're talking about $1,500 for a 3 credit hour class, man. And the fact that, I mean, we literally are outpricing the middle class to attend institutions like the University of Memphis. So, you know, the thing that concerns me the most and what I've written in the new proposals is actually find more resources for students to utilize so they actually can stay on track and graduate. The thing is, we don't want them to accumulate much of debt because we know that kind of could impact their long-term financial health and wealth building capacity. So, I mean, things like, and I wish students could do more, have access to more things like dual credit opportunities. Those don't exist in all. They're not created equally in each school district. So in essence, what we do is we encourage students who don't come in with dual credit to actually consider looking at the college level examination placement, which is CLEP. That's where we do our summer bridge initiative so that students can be exposed to that. It's a little bit more work, but if they're willing to do that, to make sure that they can get that and make sure that they can have some credits before they actually step on the campus. I always take 15 at the U of M. Basically, anything beyond 12 credits is free. So we got students who take 15, 18, 21. I got a small caseload of students myself.
Anything beyond?
Yes, free. So basically, if you take 12 credit hours, you're actually helping the U of M. Because if you do the simple math, 12 plus 12 is 24, and 24, we need 120 to graduate. That's 5 years, 24 times 5. If you just added that one class, 15 plus 15 is 30. 30 goes into 120, and you're out of there in 4 years. So in essence, you don't have to, think about what you're doing. You actually get a chance to go into the world of work or work on your master's degree, not accumulate any more student loan debt, not spend all kind of crazy money at Chick-fil-A. So it's all kind of benefit to getting up out of there. So my main concern now, and that was the emphasis within these new grants, by the way, I wrote 4 of them, was to have resources and more knowledge-based resources to help students get in and out of the process.
I remember when I was working with Graduate Memphis, and we talked about those emergency funds, those gap funds that students needed that was keeping them from graduating. It was like a couple thousand, I think, somebody said that literally keep a student from crossing it, from a senior to crossing that stage because they needed that gap funding where it was, you know, funding for housing or funding for just to finish up their courses, man. Like where do you see the opportunity now? We got the funding piece. Where do you see the opportunity that you feel like a STS could play or organization could play in the social aspect that goes in the psychological aspect that goes into a student getting across that finish line?
See the energy y'all bringing right now? I'm an old man, so you guys got credibility. That's why you know about Kendrick. That's the other thing. In terms of your relatability.
Yeah.
Those pieces. Also, I mean, the main piece is the networking piece.
Yeah.
The bottom line is any student, they're transactional. One thing about Gen Alpha, man, you gotta, for them to buy in, you better have something on the back end.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they want, for many of them, they want to be able to have a job, man, that they can be proud of and go out and buy, get that house with the picket fence and buy that vehicle. So in essence, what you guys do, you actually provide opportunities for us to actually not have, in addition to our, internal partners, to actually have an external partner that can actually help build that bridge and get them access to those internships and jobs. I can't think of a young lady who actually went to work for the Jaguars. Alexis Reddick. I mean, just think those little things, man. And she really enjoyed her participation. She lauded her participation to us with STS, and she really appreciated what you guys done. So what we look for with organizations like you guys is to actually help that bridge, build that bridge to a career.
Yes, sir.
I got to tell you this, Dr. Melvyn, Dr. Harding. You talked about building that bridge. You remember Joshua Booker. I know we're not going to call specific names, but we had Joshua Booker, a fellow TRIO student. He actually hired an STS student. So you talk about bridges. That's a bridge that was built that then created another bridge to be created. So
that's what it's about.
Again, at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. And again, I know we're almost out of time here, but again, just thank you and kudos for allowing us and others to be a collaboration and a partner in this work. We really appreciate it. And we know that the future is bright for TRIO. No matter what's going on, the future is bright. Students will continue to have their lives changed by being in this program. And man, can you just end it? How would a student who's at the University of Memphis, interested in the University of Memphis, how would they find your office? How can they connect with you? So we can make sure that we take that 330, 350, the 500 to whatever it is you all desire.
Absolutely. You can simply email old school, simple email, mharding@memphis.edu. I don't want to go. I can't even blast out my social media. That's a terrible. I know. Our Facebook is U of M Trails, but you can find us there. I'm sorry, not Facebook, but our Instagram, our IG. Also, memphis.edu/TRIO. If you want to just go check out our webpage, they can find information about application processes and some of the things that we do. Again, you must be one of three things. If you're four things. First of all, a U of M student who is first generation, considered low income. So if you're receiving a Pell Grant, you will be probably eligible for our program, or have a documented disability. And again, we're not full, so we're about 90% full. So we're still taking applications, and we look forward to seeing those applications.
And what's funny, I was a TRIO student. I don't know if you knew that.
You was a TRIO student?
I was a TRIO student.
I didn't know that.
2013, 2014, the back end, I transferred from Jackson State to University of Memphis. Ended up getting in ACAD. Well, I ended up getting on potential on suspension. And I had a 1.9 GPA. Had to join ACAD. Got involved with ACAD, and then the following year, I got involved with TRIO, and I forgot my coach's name, man. But there was a list of stuff that I had to do to complete and provide funding and other stuff. And I'm a former TRIO student, man. And so, man, man. So, man, you are working on something that is creating a generational impact, man. And so we salute you and your team for all the work that y'all are doing, man. And I appreciate you for, man, your heart, everything you do, where you come from. And man, just the energy you bring to the work, because the work is difficult, right? The work is hard, man.
Time consuming.
And it takes a different level of person, man. I believe God placed you in a position, man, to do the work, man. And so we appreciate you.
I appreciate you guys.
For sure.
As a few things, we forgot housekeeping a little bit.
We forget. I was going to hear
I know we're supposed to do it a little earlier.
Nah, it's good.
Tell us who our podcast is sponsored
by. V2 Media guy. Y'all, we've got the text, we've got the call. He said, man, who is doing you all's podcast?
Who? Why y'all so clear?
Was it following you before? What y'all trying to say? But nah, man, V2 Media, man, an amazing company here in the city of Memphis, but they are nationwide, making nationwide impact, making sure your video is clear, concise, and creative, man. So shout out to Uncle Mark and his team. Uncle Mark, what's up, man? Thank you so much. for sponsoring this podcast. Yeah. You are seeing this because of V2 Media. So shout out to V2 Media and all the work they're doing, man. So
And then we got to end it. I know we had we want to introduce a new segment before we wrap up, Student Spotlight. So just want to give a shout out to Miss Darielle White. She had a chance to be a part of the NBA All-Star game. She's from right here in Memphis, Tennessee, STS student that goes to Lamar College. We're going to have a story about her experience in San Francisco. But again, want to highlight Darielle White, STS student who spent time through the NBA All-Star Weekend in San Francisco. And man, just proud of her. Her goal is to be president of the NBA team, and she's living out that dream through that experience. So, Darielle, kudos to you.
Good job,
Keep doing well. Keep setting the standard. Keep making excellence the norm, and we definitely know that you're up next. So,
and she's interning with STS too.
She's interning,
on the ball. Not only she's going after her dreams of being a president of a team, but she's volunteering, giving her time back to STS, man. So, Darielle, appreciate you, girl. Thank you so much. I saw you the Nike store the other day, man. I tried to throw some in there, tried to give me some. She would throw it on there for me, man. It's all right though.
Look, she want to keep her job.
Yeah, keep her job. Right. Give your boy a discount, man. And so, man, we always end this off with the creed. Do you know the creed? Have you seen the STS creed before?
I've seen it, but I don't know it.
Okay, we gonna say the creed. You just rock with it, all right? And so I'm gonna kick it off.
Well, give them the first rundown.
So it's what we come to do. Compete. How we rocking?
With excellence.
Okay. I'm a boss.
I got more to earn.
Okay.
I'm a student.
I have more to learn.
Okay.
I'm a leader.
I have more to change.
How we winning? On purpose. You say the second portion. All right, you ready?
The second portion. What do you mean the second portion?
Guys, what we come to do? To compete.
Yeah.
Okay, I got to remember all that. Oh, come on, man. You're killing me.
We just do it.
Just do it. Yeah, there you go.
The last one just win on purpose.
Win on purpose. There you go.
Just remember them right there. All right, what we come to do?
Compete.
How we rocking?
With excellence.
I'm a boss.
I got more to earn.
I'm a student.
I got more to learn.
I'm a leader.
I got more to change.
How we winning?
On purpose.
On purpose. There we go.
See what happens. I'm too old for this, man.
There we go.
On purpose.
Oh, thank y'all so much. Look forward to seeing y'all in a week. Peace.
They not like, I thought he was going to do the little.
The squabble.
Oh, man. Right.